Hello, it's Tom Donald from the London Contemporary School of Piano. Today I'm going to show you some blues riffs that sounds great in piano solos. We're going to have a blues masterclass. By the way, if you're a fan of our work at the London Contemporary School of Piano, do head on over to our website, contemporaryschoolofpiano.com, to claim your free resources kit which accompany these videos. We have a great blues resource in the kit that's really going to help you practice, because you really got to be practicing this stuff and working it out at the piano, so we can support you in many different ways. So, blues riffs. We're going to play in G today just as our reference key, but you could put these riffs into other keys. And I'm going to show you these very simple riffs. They're simple. Most of them are not very complicated at all. They're very simple riffs, and I'm going to show you how you can build a solo with these riffs. And in the left hand, I'm just going to accompany the left hand with this. I mean, I could use another accompaniment in the left hand. There's many blues patterns for the left hand, but that's the one I'm going to use today. So the first riff I'm going to start with is very, very simple. It's just two notes. Some of the most effective things in blues are very simple. And yeah, it's got that sort of Louis Armstrong trumpety feel, this one. It's just a minor third, right? And that's the thing that makes blues so special, is that simultaneous combination of major and minor at the same time. That's what makes blues blues, this sort of sound. That never happens in classical music. That's sort of a no-no in classical music. But in blues, we're in a different paradigm where major and minor are married together at the same time. And doesn't that sound good? So we're going to use that little minor third in our solo that we're building. And you can really play around with the articulation on the piano there. You want that trumpet-like articulation. That's why I said Louis Armstrong. I want you to think like a trumpet player here. You can't make the piano sound like a horn, but you can only try, hey? And so another little riff I quite like, I've stolen this one from Basin Street Blues, beautiful tune this one, and it goes like this. So I'm sort of descending from the minor blues scale, but G, F, and D. And in Basin Street Blues, the lyrics that accompany that is, to the Mississippi, to the Mississippi, my minor third, to the Mississippi. So I can sort of piece together a solo with these different moves. Now, very, very simple blues riff, which underused. Students are always looking for fancy blues riffs and getting their heads in a twist with like having to plan them out. But just leverage the scale. It's a blues scale. That the scale is there to be used in its simple, raw format. And the minor blues scale has that intensity to it. And it's so intense and so beautiful, you only need the first 5 notes. First 5 notes of the minor blues, you're covered. Now, you could even use the entire minor blues scale in a descending motion. That's a great blues riff as well. Descending down and repeat the minor third at the end. All right, so what have I got? I've got my trumpet minor third. I've got my to the Mississippi. I can descend on the minor blues. I can play the first 4 or 5 notes of the minor blues with a nice loose rhythm. And then I need a climax. Now the climax is going to just be a very simple Little Richard type technique, rock and roll blues. It's just we just get a 4th interval or a 5th interval. Doesn't actually matter, it could be one of the two. they invert on each other anyway. Let's get the fifth interval. And I just pound it out on the top register of the piano. I don't want to be doing it down here, up here. Just like that. Simple as that. So let me bring in my accompanying bass. Now, many of you will just want to be focusing on the right hand and not getting caught up in left and right hand coordination issues. We have many videos on that, by the way, on our channel where you can work on that specific issue. We're just building solos with these riffs right now. And I'm going to try and combine these steps together and have a bit of a dance with them all. That's what improvisation is, I think. It's a dance between different musical ideas. It's not a choreography. A choreography is something that's set in stone and you have to do it this way or that way. It's a dance, and a dance is where it's a bit more loose. It's like, well, I've got this riff, I've got that riff, I've got that idea, I've got that seed, and I'm going to move between them all. And well, wish me luck. Let's see how we go. Now, I wouldn't say that I'm a blues expert. I'm going to just put this to you straight. What I just did was a simple set of musical steps. And I think the problem is when I see many students play the blues is they try and go to all this complex stuff and it just never sounds bluesy. Because the reality is, what is behind a great blues solo is many simple steps that are all threaded together. And so the bits that started getting complex when I was playing were really just the simple things in combination with each other. And, you know, I can practice doing this slowly, I can practice doing this quickly, I can practice this at numerous speeds. But that's the key with blues playing, is get those simple riffs and tie them together. So have some fun with it. And if you need some help from us, visit our channel and our website, contemporaryschoolofpiano.com. Get that blues resources kit that will really help you, and we'll speak soon.